What's up, guys? I have something interesting here today, and it's actually following up on a previous video. Um, just gonna discuss uh, lipo batteries and something I did to one of my spektrum batteries so that I can have um, the spektrum features for telemetry and the smart features that you get from your smart packs from Spektrum. So what I did, and this is gonna be a short video. It's not a review on my helicopter, but this is um, for the video, and I'm gonna use the Fusion 360 in my DX8 to demonstrate what I have done here. I will post another video following up with this one, so that you guys can see how and what I did exactly to achieve this, so that I can convert these normal battery lipos into smart packs. Now, many of you guys might think this might not work. It does work. All it does is, so here's what I did. I made this connector, and it's for this is from one of my older 3S lipo batteries. It puffed up, and it was time to get rid of that one. As all of you know, these battery packs are not cheap. They're anywhere from double the price of a normal lipo, or almost three times, when you compare it to those very cheap uh, like off-brand lipo batteries. And essentially this thing converts, and it transfers the circuit board from that they use for the telemetry from your smart pack. And what I did is, the way that's hooked up is, it's got two wires. You can't really notice here, but it's got two wires, and here's a circuit board. And I did put a sticker on it from the previous battery, and I put a clear heat shrink over it just so it can look more legit. Anyways, so it's got a positive and a negative K wire, and that's gonna solder straight to your connector, IC3 of course. And it's gonna have another wire specifically for every cell. Now, to transfer this whole thing to make it operate the way that it should, um, you're gonna have to install a balance connector in reference to the battery you took it off from. So if it's a 3-cell, you're gonna have to use a 3-cell balance connector, and so on and so forth for 6-cell, 2S, whatever it may be that you have. So I guess the main purpose of this video is so that you guys can, for all of you who are, debating whether you should, buy smart packs. I mean, it's to me, the idea is, it's a great idea to have them, because as a beginner, you're not really too familiar with, how, I guess it's a scary thing, flying and doing things where you're kind of, you know, you really can't see what your battery level is, and you should be setting timers, which is the proper thing. But with this, you have a meter and an alarm that will go off once the voltage is too low, and the alarm goes off a bit sooner, so that you can have time to come down and land. Spektrum offers this for their, I think, for everything, boats, cars, anything that flies. And for anyone that wants to take advantage of these features, and just kind of, many of us have, smart packs lying around, and for the price, it's tough to toss them out, just because, you spend so much more money uh, on the product, and, because of the features, and, it kind of sucks that you'd have to throw all that out. And yeah, so pretty much all you're gonna do is kind of dissect the battery. You're gonna remove the circuit board, and just kind of do something like this. I made it nice and short. I think I prefer having it this way, because anyways I like having my lithium leads, my connectors short, and with this, it still limits the cable to what it was with the connector on, and when it didn't have that little um, conversion connector for the smart features. So essentially what you're gonna do is just pretty much connect your battery, and what this is doing is connecting the positive and negative lead from the circuit board straight to your battery, and this one's gonna measure the entire voltage of the battery in series. And when you connect the bind plug, that's gonna display individual cell voltage. So here you have a Gens Ace 100, 60C, 11.1 volt, 2200 lipo. Here's my Spektrum radio. Here's the Fusion 360. There's no editing, so this is legit. You guys can all do this and kind of just save. I guess it's good for recycling, and that way you don't just toss everything to the trash. You've salvaged some of what you've paid for, and it'd be nice if Spektrum could just make something like this, where we can just all have an adapter and connect our regular lipos and give us the option, and it will charge like a smart battery. It's gonna show you the cycles and everything for this pack. It's not going based off the pack. It's just based off the memory that this has. So here's your let's do the normal smart pack. This is another 2200, but that's a Spektrum smart lipo. Now let's look at our radio, and you will be prompted with the voltage and the battery charge level, and it will tell you if it's safe to fly or not. And here you go. This is 10.7 volts. It shows everything. This is an actual smart pack. It's going to show everything you expect from a smart pack. And here are the cells: 3.51, 3.61, 3.60. They're a little off. This thing it has to be charged. Anyways, I love the smart feature, and the reason I love these smart packs is because I can use that battery meter to fly longer without having to damage my battery packs. And that's something cool, because when you're beginning, you want to have the most flight time. That way you can learn more, and you don't have to find yourself carrying more battery packs. Here's your Gens Ace. This one's also not charged. Here's the cell voltage, individual cell voltage. You got 3.56, 3.63, 3.57. There's a level on the battery meter. And here, now let me demonstrate the charging. One sec, guys. Here we have our Spektrum S1500 smart charger with the power supply. And you're gonna connect it as you would with the normal Spektrum smart pack with the bind plug. You're gonna have to disconnect the bind plug, and now what you do is you connect your battery. Connect your battery balance lead, and there you have it, initiating smart charging. This message only shows up when you are charging a smart battery pack. Um, the message that we just saw where it says initiating smart charging. When you're smart charging, it only allows you to charge at the correct and the maximum amperage, which is 11 amps. It will also demonstrate and show the cell voltage. Nothing changes. Everything just transfers over. All you're changing at this point is like as if you were to replace your lipo cells. Um, this is a very good way to keep your telemetry and just keep using it. Not having to worry of I'm not trying to veer anyone away from buying Spektrum battery packs, but this is more like of something you can salvage. I know that we spend a good amount of money on these batteries, and they're not cheap. I think this battery, 2200, runs for about $60 if I'm not wrong, or 50. And I got this Gens Ace for 28. I mean, that's a big difference there. I was buying Spektrum 5000 milliamp 100C 6 cell batteries, and those are running for about they're shy at 200, so like 190, 180 with tax. I found some 6000 milliamp lipos for 65 each, and 100C. Everything's the same, just a different brand. Of course, it's not a smart pack, but with the connector I pulled out from my old 6 cell smart packs, and in this same format as where I made it like a small uh, connector, uh, conversion connector. It saves a lot of space. It doesn't really. It's not a bulky a thing, and it works the way it should, and it does what it's supposed to do, and provide to provide all the telemetry that you might need. And it's good because when I find myself flying my bigger helicopters, it's cool that it tells you the imbalance in the cells. And every time I fly my older smart packs, because of the telemetry and all that, it immediately just kind of starts, you know, activating that all those alarms, especially when you have a really old pack where it's puffed up. You kind of already notice yourself that it dies out pretty quick and it doesn't really hold a good charge. And you know, as far as that goes, I mean, you're also getting a reminder through your transmitter. But there you have it. I'm gonna disconnect this and stop this for now. And I'm gonna show you that it's charging. We're gonna reconnect it to the Fusion 360. There you have it. No tricks up my sleeve. This is it's a regular Gens Ace. And I also found that the lipos actually have an LED concealed within the battery packaging. The voltage went up to 11.4. Excuse the beep. And here you have it. It went up. So it's charging. Nothing changes for everybody who has been discouraged with the price of these packs. Honestly, I recommend you guys pick up a few and at least try them out. They're good battery packs. They last a pretty long time because of the technology. It saves the battery itself. And I found that, for the most part, the lithium cells are probably made out of the same thing. But I found that these with the technology they have, you know, they remain healthy packs for a longer time. They don't swell as quick as something like this would. There's less maintenance to go with it too. I mean, it's but anyways, back to the main purpose of this video. I mean, if you guys are discouraged from buying these things for the price, I'd say just go buy what you need, and you know you still have the telemetry module within the battery pack you can pull out. I will post a video for those of you guys who are having trouble stop making the solder connections to the proper in reference to the connector for the balance lead and the battery. This is something that has to be done very safely, and this is going to be at your own risk. It's safer to do it to a discharged battery pack completely, and then remove the module or the circuit board and transfer it over in whatever way you want. I mean, you can make the balance lead longer so that you won't have to make your shorten your battery connectors. The reason I shorten them is because the balance lead is shorter always, so this is longer, and I didn't want to fray my or stretch my balance connector, which would then lead to breaks in the wires and tossing the whole lipo altogether. But there you have it, guys. This is a really cool thing to do. Here's an up close look at the adapter. I went ahead and used the IC3 connectors. I honestly prefer these smart connectors over the I believe it's an EC3. EC3s are made so cheaply, very cheap compared to these IC3s. The material they use on this is similar to the XT30s or the same. When I solder these things, they never melt. They're very good with heat. It's a very well designed connector, or upgraded version of the EC3. And yeah, I mean, this is probably the best it's gonna get for now. I mean, until Spektrum decides to offer something like this for retail sale. I mean, I think this is gonna be what's best for everyone for now. For those of you guys who are all have your, because I found that some people have, that I've known, they have the Spektrum equipment, but they don't take advantage of the telemetry. Either they don't care for it, or they just don't care to spend the money on the packs. I don't know, Spektrum, try to make something that's more cost effective. I mean, because these battery packs aren't cheap, or reduce the price or something. But like I said, I mean, I'd rather buy 4 of these and just transfer this over every time. I mean, this is gonna be the best option for me at that point. I mean, I fly a lot. I like to charge my batteries quick and at high amperage, and that does degrade their life quicker. But I prefer to be in the air more than on the charger. So here it is again. And I'm not sure if you guys can see the connections here, but so you have that negative one. It's gonna go to your negative. The positive one, the red one's gonna go to your positive. The one all the way at the right, if you can see that negative one, it's gonna go to the negative side. You got the gray cable is gonna go to, obviously, to the smart connector for the smart pin, the data transfer cable. And then you have, I believe, 2 other cables on the circuit board, and you're just gonna connect those to the bind plug so that they can transfer individual cell voltage and information. So there you guys have it. I know many of you guys wanted to see it, and here it is. It's really small and it's cool. All right, guys, good night.